Hello students. Today we are going to see the nomenclature of organic compounds. The term nomenclature means the system of naming the organic compounds. In case of aliphatic compounds, two systems of nomenclature they are usually used. The first is the trivial or the common name. And the second is the IUPAC name, or you call it as IUPAC system. What is the full form of IUPAC? Is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. Now students, like you have some names what your parents call you out of love. Now those nicknames what we call, they are all trivial names or the common names. But what is registered in your school, your proper name, they are all IUPAC names. So let us see the same trivial and IUPAC name for the hydrocarbons. Now first is the trivial names. Now students, as you know that depending upon the source of isolation, some of the compounds they are given the common names, like the methyl alcohol, it was called as the wood spirit, since it was obtained by the destructive distillation of wood. Acetic acid got its name from acetum, which means vinegar, since it is present in vinegar. Similarly, the name formic acid was derived from formicus, which is derived from the Latin word that is formicus, which means red ants. And it was also obtained by the destructive distillation of red ants. Likewise, we have citric acid or the citric acid, which is derived its name from the word or where it is found, that is citrus fruits. And therefore, such common names, they are used for most of the reactions. Now, let us see some of the common or the trivial names, students. So, the first and the very important compound of organic chemistry is the first one, that is CH4, and it is called methane. Next is C2H2. You call this as acetylene. CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. This is called N-butane, that is normal butane. Next, CH3 twice CH, CH3. This is called isobutane. You must know those common names also for the reactions. Next is CH3. This is fully substituted carbon here. CH3 4 times C. This is called neopentane. Next you have CH3Cl. This is called chloroform. CH3, CH2, CH2OH. This is called N-propyl alcohol. CH3, CH2OCH3. This is called ethyl methyl or ethyl methyl ether. Next you have HCHO. This is formaldehyde. CH3 twice CO. This is called acetone. Next you have C6H5CONH2. This is called benzamide. CH3COOH. This is called acetic acid. CH3CONH2. This is the amide group. So this is called acetamide. Next is CH3CN. This is called acetonitrile. C6H6, this is benzene. C6H5CH3, this is called toluene. C6H5OH, this is called phenol. Next you have C6H5OCH3, this is anisole. C6H5COCH3, this is called acetophenone. Next you have C6H5NH2, this is called aniline. Next you have C6H5COOH, this is benzoic acid. So those are the compounds and their common names what we usually use for our reactions. Now originally those names many times we don't use for the standard reactions, and therefore IUPAC system is important. Because of the unique property of catenation and isomerism, carbon forms a large number of organic compounds, and therefore every compound must be classified according to its functional group, and so we move on to the IUPAC nomenclature of organic compounds. The most important feature of this system is that any given molecular formula has only one and only one IUPAC name, and therefore it can be denoted only by its molecular structure. Now what are the requirements for the IUPAC system? So let us go in detail of IUPAC naming system. So the IUPAC names of any organic compound consist of three parts. So the first is, IUPAC naming system consists of three parts. The first is word root. Second is the suffix. And the third is prefix. Now let us go on to the first one, that is word root. Students, word root is the basic unit of the name. It denotes the number of carbon atoms that are present in the parent chain. Now what is the meaning of parent chain? Is the longest possible continuous chain of carbon atom including the functional group and the multiple bonds of the organic molecule. Now let us say how to give the names here. So I am writing here the chain length and word root. So if it is C1 compound, means having only one carbon, then you call it, the first word root for this will be meth. If it is C2, then you will call it as eth. If it is C3 compound, that is propane, then you will call it as prop. Now I am keeping this A in bracket. Now why? Because the other attaching suffix, if it is a vowel, then we don't add this, otherwise we add this to this word root. How? We will take some examples, that time you will understand. Let us move on to the next one, that is C4. So what I will call this is but, and I'll keep this A again in bracket. Similarly, C5, I will call this as pent. C6, we call this as hex. C7, you call it as hept. C8, you call it as oct. C9, it is non. N-O-N, non. C10, you call it as deck. If it is C11, you call it as undeck. C12, you call it as do deck. So this is all about the word root. Extra A, what is written in the parenthesis, is used only if the primary prefix to be added word, if it begins with a consonant. Right? So in general, whenever we take the word root, we are using ALK, A-L-K here. So this is how we will use the word root. Now let us see how to use the suffix. Now students, suffix, again they are of two types, the primary suffix and the secondary suffix. So let us see what is the suffix first. Suffix what we are using, so let us see the first one, that is primary suffix. A primary suffix is always added to the word root to indicate whether the carbon chain is saturated or unsaturated. Now, how to do that, student? Here we use this only to indicate whether the carbon is saturated or unsaturated. So let me tell you how to use this. Now let us see the type of carbon chain. So how I will write the primary suffix and what you will call this. So let us call this as general name, what we use for this. So the first type is saturated. What is the meaning of saturated, student? That is having single bonds only. Then I will use the primary suffix as ane. So we call them as alkane. If it is unsaturated, now unsaturated can be again of two types. So unsaturated with one double bond. So you call this primary suffix as ene. And how I will name them? Alkene. Now unsaturated with one triple bond. Then how I will say this? YNE. And how I will call this general name is alkyne. If the parent carbon chain contains 2, 3, 4 or more than 2, 3, 4 double or triple bonds, then the numerical prefix such as di, tri, tetra, they are added to the primary suffix. Now let us see this, student. Now if I have the unsaturated, same category, but now if I am having two double bonds, then what I will call it? I will call it as di for two, and in. So it will be diene. So how I will name this? It will call as alkadiene. If there are two triple bonds, same like this, but there are two triple bonds, then how I will call this is diene. And I will call this as alkadiene. So this is how you use the suffix, that is the primary suffix. Now let us see some of the examples, student, here. Now I am writing few examples here. The first I am taking CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. Now if you see this is a first one where you have saturated single bonded hydrocarbon. So what will be the word root here? what will be the primary suffix and what will be its IUPAC name. So we will see this now. So if I count the number of carbon atoms, it is 1, 2, 3, 4. So what will be the word root, student? It will be but. Now primary suffix, as this is having a single bonds here, so this is a saturated hydrocarbon. So its primary prefix will be ANE. Now what will be the name here is butane. Let us see the next one, CH3. CH double bond CH2. How many carbon atoms? 1, 2, 3. Means what will be the word root is prop. Now primary suffix, there is a double bond, so it will be ENE. So what will be the name? Is propene. Similarly, if I write CH triple bond CH, it is 1 and 2 carbons, so this will be eth. Now, what is the number of bonds here is a triple bond. So, what will be the primary suffix here is yne, Y-N-E. And how I will name this is ethine. Similarly, I will have CH2 double bond CH, single bond CH, double bond CH2. Now, it is 1, 2, 3, 4. So, what will be the word root here is buta. Now students, this A, I will see whether I have to remove or I have to add. So if I see this, there are 2 double bonds here. So what will be the primary suffix here is dine. Now if I see this and this, they both are not vowels. So now I will add them. If it have been a vowel here, then I have to drop this. So it will be butadiene. Let us try one more. This is a triple bond C, triple bond CH. Now this is again buta. Again this A, I will see whether to add. This is now dine. So I will call this as butadiene. So this is how you give the names to this. Now let us see what are the secondary suffix. A secondary suffix is then added to the primary suffix to indicate the nature of the functional group which is present. Now, which functional groups we have to study here? So, let us see one of the functional groups. So, I will write here class of organic compounds. And then we will see the functional groups. And what will be the secondary suffix? So first is, let us go for alcohols. Functional group is OH and we use the secondary suffix as all. Then you have aldehydes. The functional group is CHO and you have the secondary suffix as al. This is all, this is al. Next you have ketones. Functional group is C double bond O and we have one as the secondary suffix. Next you have carboxylic acid. Functional group is COOH and you call it as oic acid. That is the secondary suffix. Next you have acid amide. For acid amides you have CONH2 and how you call this is amide. Similarly we have acid chlorides. The functional group is COCl and you call it as oil chloride. Let us continue those functional groups. You have esters now. After acid chlorides, we can have esters. So let us see what it is. What will be the functional group, students? It will be COOR. And how you name them is alkyl OAT. Next you have nitriles. Nitriles functional group is CN and the secondary suffix is nitrile. Next you have thiol. Functional group is SH. And this is again thiol as the secondary suffix. And next we have amines. You represent this functional group by NH2 group and you call them as amines. So this is all about the secondary suffix. It may be noted that while adding the secondary suffix to the primary suffix, the terminal E of the primary suffix is many times it is dropped. So how you can add this? So let us see some of the examples, students. So I am taking organic compound. So let us take it here. The full chart you can see. I will take the organic compounds. Then I will write the word root. Then I will have the primary suffix. Then we will write the secondary suffix. And I will try to write the IUPAC name. So we can go that writing for the IUPAC name simultaneously. So let us take the first one, that is CH3CH2OH. Now this is the organic compound. So what is the word root? For that, let us count the number of carbon atoms. Here if you see there are only 2 carbon atoms. So what will be the word root here, student? It will be ETH, eth. Now the primary suffix here, if you see that there is no double bond, so here I will have only AN and E I will keep it in bracket. Now the secondary suffix, which functional group is here, is OH. Now what we are using for OH here is all. So I will write the secondary suffix as all. And now what will be the name, student, is ETH, ANOL. So it is ethanol. Right, students? Let us see the next example. So we will have CH3, CH2, CH2 and NH2. How many carbons are there? If you see 1, 2 and 3 carbons. So this is prop. Word root here is prop. Primary suffix. If you see there is no double bond, there is no triple bond. It is only a single bonded one. So what we call them as saturated single bonded hydrocarbons. So what will be the primary suffix here is again AN. And I'll keep this in bracket. Next, which secondary suffix, which group is this? Now, if you see the compound here, you have NH2 here. So, which group you have this, student? NH2 is this, that is amines. So, I will write here is amine. Now, how you will name this is prop. This will remain same. Now, if you see this, it will be AN. Now, I have to drop this E because again there is a vowel. So, what will be the name is propan amine. I have dropped this E, so it will be PROPAN, and I have dropped this, then amine. So it's propamine. So this is how you have to give the IUPAC names. Let us try for the next few examples. This is CH3, CH2, CH2, COOH. Now, if I count the number of carbon atoms, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is but. There is no double or triple bond, so the primary suffix will again remain the same. Next, if I see the functional group, it is carboxylic acid. So the secondary suffix will be oic acid. So what will be the name now, student? It will be BUTAN. If you see again, they are vowels and so I have to drop this E. So it will be butanoic acid. Let us move on to the next one, that is CH3, CH2, CN. Let us count the number of carbon atoms. They are here. If I see this, so I have to include the carbon of the functional group also. So 1, 2, 3. So this is again prop. Next, there is no double or triple bond, so I will take this as AN. But if you see the compound here, I will write this as, this is a nitrile group, student. So I will write this as ANE. And next, this is nitrile. So it will become propane-nitrile. because here if you see there is a triple bond between carbon and nitrogen. That is a cyanide group. So move on to the next one, that is CH2 double bond CHO. Count the number of carbon atoms, 1, 2, 3. Then again it is prop. Now if you see there is a double bond, so it will be En, and this E I will keep it in bracket. Now if you see the functional group, this is aldehyde group, so it will be Al. So what will be the name here will be, now students, you have to see the position of the double bond also. So you have to give the priority to the functional group. So in coming videos, I'll be giving how to give the IUPAC names for all the compounds. So here, this will be your carbon 1 and this will be your carbon 2. So the double bond is at carbon 2 and the functional group should always have the priority. So how I will give this is prop 2 in 1 al. So this is how you give the name. Let us try for one more. This is a triple bond compound. So I can give this as C and COOH. Count the number of carbons, 1, 2 and third of the functional group. So this is prop. What is the triple bond primary suffix? I will use YN. I will keep this E in bracket. And this is a carboxylic acid. So it will be oic acid. So what will be the name, student? Again, I have to give 1 to this and 2 to this. So what will be the name here is prop 2 ein 1 oic acid. So this is what the name for the organic compounds. Now students, let us see what is the meaning of the prefix now. Now again, there are two types of prefix, the primary prefix and the secondary prefix. Now what is the primary prefix? For this, let us see one of the compound. Now if I have the cyclo compounds like CH2 in this way, then what is the primary prefix here? Is cyclo. Then I will write the word root. So for that I have to count the number of carbon atoms, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So what will be the word roots here is pent. Then I will add the primary suffix. That is ANE, because there is no double or triple bond. And so it will give me the name. Now what will be the name here, student? That is your IUPAC name. So what will be that IUPAC name is cyclopentane. So this is cyclopentane. So this is how you give this. Secondary prefix usually, now what certain of the functional groups, when they are substituted in the compound, then they are the secondary prefix. They are added immediately before the word root. So let us see how to give them. But students, you have to remember that the secondary prefix, they must follow the alphabetical order. So some of the secondary prefix, how to write them? So let us take a glance on them also. So substituent groups and secondary groups. Substituents, if you have F, that is fluorine atom attached to it, then you call it as fluoro. Similarly, if you have Cl, you will call it as chloro. For Br, you will call it as bromo. It is iodo. So for any halogen, you call it as halo, fluoro, chloro, bromo, iodo. Now if you have NO2 group, it is called nitro. If you have NO, then you call it as nitroso. If you see a nitrogen triple bonded to nitrogen and with one nitrogen with a positive sign, then you call it as diazo. If you have O and any alkane attached to it, then you call it as alkoxy. If you have OCH3 group, which is the substituent, then you call it as methoxy. You can call this as OME also. So many times you call it as O and then you call this as for methyl group. So it is methoxy. Similarly, you have OC2H5 or OET. This is called ethoxy. Similarly, you can have propoxy, butoxy. So those are the groups. Next, you have CH3. So what you will, this is represented as Me group. That is called as methyl group. Similarly, you can have ethyl. You call it as eth. So this is ethyl. You can have propyl group. But when you talk about propyl, again, there are two. So you have to write the group accordingly. So it is CH2, CH2, CH3. So this is normal propane. So it is N-prop. So you call it as N-propyl group or propyl group. But if it is substituted in this way, that is CH and CH3 twice, then this is called as isopropyl group. So this is isopropyl. Next you have CH3 3 times. So this is called as tertiary butyl. So this is tert butyl. So students, those are the secondary prefix what we use. Similarly, let us see the names for some of the compounds, how to give the names. So let us try by using all the previous knowledge about the suffix, the prefix, suffix of 2 types, primary, secondary, prefix of 2 types, primary, secondary, and the word root. Now let us see how to name a few of the compounds. So here I am writing the organic compound. Let us see its secondary prefix, its word root, its primary suffix, and we will give its IUPAC name. So let us try a few of the examples. Now I am writing CH3, CH2, Br. Students, what is the secondary prefix here? You have to write the secondary prefix first. So here the secondary prefix is this group, and how I will call this is bromo. So here I will write bromo. Next, what is the word root? If you see there are 2 carbons, so it will be eth. What will be the primary suffix? As there is no double or triple bond, the primary suffix will be ane. So what will be the name here, student, is bromoethane. Right, students? Now, if you want to give the position of this bromine, where it is located, as this is only a 2-carbon hydrocarbon, so whether you are attaching this Br to this carbon or this carbon, position will always remain 1, and so here you can neglect the position. Let us move on to the next example, and that is CH3NO2. Which group is here? Secondary prefix. If you see NO2, it is nitro. So, this is nitro. What is the word root here? Is meth. Primary suffix is ane. So, what will be the name here, student? Is nitromethane. Let us see the next one, C2H5, OC2H5. Now, which is this group, student? If you see this, OR. So, any group attached to OR, you call it as alkoxy group. Now, here if you see this R is a 2-hydrocarbon, that is ethane. So, I will call this as ethoxy. What is the word root here? Is eth. What is the primary suffix? There is no double or triple bond. So, again, it is ane. So, what will be the name here? Is ethoxy ethane. So, this was your group, OR group. Let us see a few more. Now, I will give you a compound, say for example, in this way, Br, CH, CH2, CH2, CH2. Let us try for this, student. Something different you will try this way. And I am attaching OH here. So, here if I see the priority must be given to OH group. So, I will start naming the hydrocarbons from here. So, this is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So, if I start from here, then also 1, 2, 3 and 4. So, I am getting this bromine or the bromo group at carbon 4. So, your sequence can be 1, 2, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 3, 4. It is same. So, let us see what should be the IUPAC name for this. So, let us go for the secondary prefix first. What is the secondary prefix? Is 4-bromo. Now, I can give the position. So, 4-bromo. Next, you have to give the primary suffix. Primary suffix is, it's a cycle. So, it will be cyclo. What is the wood? Here, if I see the word root, what it is, student? It is hex. What is the primary suffix? Is ane. I will write this E in bracket. What is the secondary suffix? Is alcohol, which is at carbon 1. So, it will be 1-ol. So, what will be the name, student? 4-bromocyclohex. Right? 4-bromocyclohex 1-ol. So, let us write the IUPAC name. It will be 4-bromocyclohex 1-ol. So, this is the IUPAC name for this compound. So, in short, if you want to give the IUPAC name, how you will give the name? So, for that, you have to write the secondary prefix. Then, you have to write the primary prefix. Then, you have to write the word root. Then, your primary suffix plus the secondary suffix. So, students, whenever you write the IUPAC name, you have to follow this sequence that you have to write the secondary prefix, then primary prefix, then word root, then primary suffix, and then secondary suffix with proper alphabetical order. Now, here for the prefix. Now, here we have seen few of the rules how to write that. In coming videos, I'll be giving you the nomenclature of different classes of organic compounds separately in detail with the functional groups. I hope you like this video. So, please do subscribe my channel for such more videos. Thank you, students.